Hello, I'm the omnipresent narrator for the next 5 minutes. I used to write and talk about card games on my own little blog back in 2012, and had a brief stint working with the fine folks at Monolith, but those days are long gone, and those media formats are all but dead. After encouragement from Jonathan Medina on Twitter, and feeling inspired with the introduction of the Oathbreaker format, I've decided to take a shot at writing in video form, because I have something to share with the world. You see, I've been brewing for this new little format called Oathbreaker. And by that, I don't mean I've been working on a single deck, but that I have over a dozen unique lists, almost all put together in the last week and a half. I've been making a deck a day lately, and I cannot stop. Please send help. But help you will. I've needed an avenue to release this energy, and frankly, the poor folks at my LGS are going to be sick of it soon if they aren't already. So it's time that I start releasing my secrets to the world. We're going to start with the first deck I ever put together for the format, and its name is Xenagos Warp World. To talk about the deck, we're going to start with the signature spell first, since without Warp World there would be no deck. This card is insane, literally. It's like if Donald Trump was cast as the next Joker. The swapping 8-mana sorcery causes each player to shuffle their board state into their deck and flip the same number of cards, using all non-planeswalker permanents revealed as their new board. This isn't a problem for us, as we don't need to play silly garbage like instants and sorceries, but control decks sure do, as well as pretty much everyone who isn't a Warp World deck. This is important because Warp World only goes so far as to flip the same number of cards. It doesn't keep going until you have the same number of permanents. This means that as we refresh our board state, everyone else's gets smaller and smaller. The other trick to Warp World is that it tracks how many permanents are shuffled into your library, not how many cards. So tokens count. And if you have permanents that make tokens when they enter play, those tokens get shuffled into a Warp World to give you more permanents that make more tokens. And here is where it gets interesting. Previously, a deck that wanted to win off Warp World had to play cards like Eternal Witness and Mnemonic Wall in order to get Warp World back to recast it. Oathbreaker breaks everything. Putting Warp World in the command zone means we always have access to it at all times, as long as we can cast Xenagos the Reveler. And because we're a token deck, Xenagos makes actually paying for Warp World criminally easy. His +1 ability generates red and or green mana for each creature we control, which is usually a good amount, and the quantity of extra permanents we gain from a Warp World far exceeds the additional tax to cast Xenagos a second, third, or fourth time. Not that I've ever needed to cast it more than twice. At this point, you might be asking how one actually wins a game, and the answer is, however we damn well please. Personally, I play 2 cards that burn my opponents out instantly: Purphoros and Tunnel Ignus, which is just funny. The second route is to use Kiki-Jiki and Zealous Conscripts to win the game with a good old-fashioned combo. But if all else fails, Craterhoof Behemoth and Urabrask the Hidden enable your substantial army to make an impact in the red zone. This is Xenagos Warp World. I'll be sure to put the full deck list in the description below. Let me know in the comments or on Twitter at MrBoa if you decide to play the deck yourself and what changes you make, if any. Also be sure to let me know if you'd like to see more videos like this, as I sure as hell have more decks to be showcased. Thank you all for watching, and have a good day.